Hey guys, it's Fred and Sheila McCoy. We came down to the museum today to do a couple of videos. And these videos are going to be something like keeping it real, I guess. But in our book, we titled these myths and truths, and there's several of them. And again, we don't have these books for sale as of right now. We're out. But that's on page 679 of our big book. And we're not pushing the book. We have none for sale, so don't order them. You'll just be refunded. But let's just go to myth number 40. And myth 40 says, no one knows the location of the cave where Asa Harmon McCoy was killed on Blackberry Creek. That's a myth because there's been several people throughout the years that have actually known where this cave was at, where Asa Harmon was killed.
Okay.
It's on private property, and it may never be disclosed exactly where it's at. It's actually even not real cave. It was actually like a coal bank, or over the years people turned it into a coal bank. It may have been a cave when Asa was in there, but over the years, I guess either Asa or whoever was back in there realized that there's actually coal in there. And that could have even been him. That could have been his heat source. Remember, he came home December the 24th of 1864.
Right.
And he was killed on January the 7th, I think it was, of January 1865, either 6th or the 7th. I always get that and a couple other dates mixed up.
That's all right.
But he had coal right there inside of his cave that he could knocked off the seam of coal. I don't know if y'all know very much about coal. Coal seams are not that hard. You can take a chisel and a hammer, and coal will just, from the pressure of the mountains, that's what forms the coal, and it just pops off. And so he could have built his own fire and stayed warm. And he could have stayed warm. Paul and Sheila and I found this cave years ago. And in fact, we've got pictures on the wall back there where Paul and I went back in January. I was there on my birthday, January the 11th, and it was like 11 below zero. But we got back into the cave. Of course, it's damp back in there. There was some water. But if you get over to either side out of the water, I could see a person. It's about 50, 60 degrees in there. And especially when it's that cold outside, it feels even warmer. So a person could have lasted in there indefinitely, especially through the winter months. Now, we say we think we found the cave, and the reason why we say that is because years ago, and I mean years ago, we posted videos years ago, and then everybody started trying to find the cave, and we knew the family members didn't want anybody in there, so we took the videos off of Facebook. We're actually going to have one. We're getting ready to start doing some remodeling here already.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be open but a couple more Saturdays, and then we'll be closed till probably next spring or summer, because we're going to be doing some work in here and upstairs. So, but when we open back up, we'll have the videos. We're going to have several video recorders in here where you'll just hit play, and there'll be CDs come on of different things of interest, small 5-7 minute videos of things that we're talking about or we've told about. But anyway, that's a myth, and we're calling this is number 40 in the book, and it says no one knows the location of Asa Harmon McCoy's cave. And somebody had wrote that or put it on Facebook or on the History Channel, something. Somebody has said that, and we've picked up on it and said, hey, that's not true. The cave is actually on Blackberry Creek, and I'm going to tell you what, I give Pike County Tourism very little credit because it seems like it's more commercialized and more for whatever they can turn it into, the people that's running it now. When Reed Potter was there, it was totally different than it is now, who's running it and the stories that they tell, and they seem to just go with the West Virginia Hatfields, anything that they can tell to market it and sell tickets on their runs to historical sites. And it's sad, but that's the stories that they're telling, and they're helping to spread a lot of the nonsense that's been spread throughout the years. And when Reed Potter was there, it wasn't like that. And so kudos to him. But they did get the historical marker, and come to think about it, I'll probably have to give that credit to Reed Potter, because he would have been in the Pike County Tourism and dealing with that
around that time or something.
When that historical marker of Asa Harmon McCoy's was placed at the Blackberry Schoolhouse Bridge.
Okay.
The bridge going over to the schoolhouse is where the marker is at for Asa Harmon McCoy. And of course, we done a video where if you look up on the hill across the road, that's where George Hatfield and Constable Floyd and all those are buried.
Yep, we did that one.
And it's not far from that monument, from that historical marker over on this hill, that cave is at. Now that cave is on private property, and they have it posted. Nobody's allowed on it, but that they're in the vicinity. And there used to be an old cabin out behind the school. There's still some old rocks out there, flat rocks where the chimney and stuff was, where Asa Harmon was actually living at the time. He was originally, or I don't know about originally, but at one time he lived on Peter Creek. But when he was killed on Blackberry Creek, and in that cave. And the reason we know this, and like I said, it'll be on the videos, we made videos at that time, but we took metal detectors up there, we took shovels, we got back in there, we found bullets on the outside, we found, and these are bullets that's been there for years and years. It's not something that you would look at and say, oh wait, that looks like it was just put there. No. And the old Union belt buckle back in there, you got to remember, he had come home, and basically what he had to wear was probably his military garb. And it was probably warmer, the old wool uniforms, than anything else that he had. So we found some interesting artifacts that's back there, and they were at Renfro Valley, and we've had them for years and years. I'm not going to drag this video out. Once again, the museum will probably be open through July, through the Saturdays of July. And we're going to be open one day in August because there's a veterans group, about 30 some of them with their wives coming, and we're going to be open for them, specifically for them. But other than that, that'll be all that we're going to be open this year for the museum. So if you want to see the museum, probably better come within the next week, next Saturday or so, because after that we're going to be doing some remodeling, repositioning.
Yeah.
We're going to be trying to put in a new heating system and doing some things like that before next year. So other than that, it's Fred and Sheila McCoy. We're at the Hatfield McCoy Museum. Sheila, you got something to say?
Hi guys, hope you're having a great evening. Please like, subscribe, and share. We'll catch you on the next one.
Oh, jolly Sheila. Sheila put in for her retirement after 28 years today with the school system here in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So she filed her papers and she whined and cried a little bit.
I did.
It was sad. The
I
principal
wasn't expecting that, but
principal
it's okay.
wrote her a nice note and message, and it was sweet, but I felt sorry for her. But it's time to relax and enjoy life.
That's right. I agree.
So we'll catch you next time.
Bye.